The Joe Rogan Experience.
You know, I was reading this horrible story about even after slavery was abolished, one of the things that they would do was they would capture black men for loitering and force them into going into labor camps. So they would literally enforce slavery, but do slavery by having them in prison and forcing them to do labor. Now, the reason why I bring this up, right now, there was a garbage workers strike, and so they brought in prisoners. Find out where this is. I don't remember where it was, but I was reading and I was like, what in the fuck? So these guys, the garbage men, made $10 an hour. They fired all the striking garbage men and brought in prisoners to do this. Here it is. Prison labor replaces striking garbage workers in New Orleans. Stop and think about that. They said, you know what? You want more than $10 an hour? I got a better idea. We'll get people to do it for free. So they're essentially reigniting slavery in New Orleans when it comes to taking care of garbage.
Yeah. I mean, it's still around.
But the fact that they think that's okay, that this is like, well, I got a solution.
Yeah.
And the fact that you don't think someone should get more than $10 an hour to fucking take care of people's garbage. It's insane. It's insane. And bringing in literally slaves.
Yeah.
Well, they shouldn't have done that. They would be paid only 13% of what garbage makers. So the garbage workers who are only making $10.25 an hour. So they're going to get 13% of that, which is, what is that? $1. Is that like $1.50?
It's lower than that. It's like 75 cents, right?
It's about $1 probably.
Dollar?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Maybe $1.30.
Fuck.
I mean, that's just modern day slavery.
It is slavery.
Yeah.
I mean, giving them $1, that's insane.
But some people would say, you know, they're inmates. They did wrong. That's right.
Hold on, but we'll go scroll back up there. Listen to this. Metro Services Group has long been an advocate of helping persons who had been incarcerated return to society in a meaningful and productive way, said the city sanitation services in a statement. Metro makes no apologies for this policy as a core element of our commitment to being good corporate citizens. Under state rules, prison inmates employed by Metro Services will be paid only 13% of what garbage workers make. Fuck.
What's a corporate citizen?
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
But that is so crazy. It's weird because there's no end of the quotation marks.
I mean, did it go through? How long did it
happening?
Oh, fuck.
This is happening. Despite the use of inmates, garbage workers say they will continue to strike in New Orleans. They have built widespread community. Spreads from unions and community groups, but still, that doesn't even make any sense. They have built widespread community spreads
from unions and communities. But
what a weird sentence. From unions and community groups, but still, the city has refused to meet them and discuss their safety concerns.
So they have a lot of support from unions in the community.
Yeah,
but
okay.
They won't meet with them still.
Oh, I see. They've built widespread community. I think they want to say have built widespread community support.
Yeah,
from unions and community groups.
Yeah.
They wrote spreads instead of support, I think, and said that they aren't trying to hear us. Says Woods. They don't care about us. They would let anything happen. Ugh, this is awful.
See, I mean,
if they were sick, we don't care. They don't care if we spread the disease. They just don't care. Yeah, I mean, just a human being making $10 an hour to do a full-time job is fucking insane. It's insane. And a grown man in a union that can't get more than $10 an hour, how fucking crazy is that?
This is what we're living in. And I often wonder, you know, I always think about your 3 people ago, and I go, how long is it going to take? How many people from us?
Right.
Is it going to take? You know, I'm like maybe 5, maybe 6 if the world is still around.
Well,
because there will always be racism, some racism.
Not necessarily always, because we could get to a point where we're indistinguishable, right?
Yes, I get you. But they'll find another thing.
They'll find something else.
It'll be classism.
Yeah. Classism, or it'll be a financial thing or an intelligence thing. You know, unless they get to genetic engineering. Unless genetic engineering reaches a point where literally there is no disparity in human beings in terms of intelligence, looks, all those things. But what is that going to be like? I mean,
Yeah.
there's always going to be competition. There's always going to be weirdness, right? There's always, there's always going to be those women that can bounce back from pregnancy quicker. There's always going to be men like, super geniuses where knuckleheads like us are scratching our head
Yeah.
going, how the fuck did they even think of that? I always think that every time I talk to Elon, every time I have that dude in here, I'm like, life isn't fair. How's
Yeah.
it fair? I'm so much dumber than him. And I sit down to talk to him. It's like him talking to a chimp. Like, it's like he's talking to a toddler. Like,
But you can lift more weights.
I'll fuck him up. If we had to fight to the death, I'm the one who's going to walk out of the room like,
There you go.
sorry I had to kill him. But he's so much smarter than me. Like, it's not even close. He's a large man, too. He's bigger than me, too. He's, the world's not fair, right? And unless we figure out a way to make it fair, which is almost
You can't.
impossible,
You can't.
there's going to be prejudice. There's going to be disparity.